It's another day in the desert and another bike to talk about. Today we have the Arctic Leopard XF. Today what we're going to talk about is all the specs as it relates to this bike, and then we're going to go over every detail that you can expect on all the new bikes coming for 2026 from Arctic Leopard. Before we talk about the XF and all of the features of this bike, I want to talk about the things that have me a little bit more excited just because I know what's coming for the entire Arctic Leopard platform, which is things that are much needed. Let's start with the seat. First things first, if you ever rode an Arctic Leopard, you know the seat is terrible. This seat is at least 3 times as soft, so it's much more comfortable. Also, removing the seat, you had this little pin back here that you had to unscrew in order to get the battery out. Now that is all managed through a keyhole right here on the side of the frame. Next up on the list is the lack of plastics. If you notice, this bike has no plastics on the side of it. It doesn't have any plastic shrouds. Although those plastic shrouds look good when they're brand new, they're not very usable when you're actually riding the bike. It made the bike extremely slippery for your knees, and my pants oftentimes got caught on the plastics. So for 2026, this bike and all the Arctic Leopard bikes will have no more plastics on the side, and I personally think that's a big upgrade. Another big piece, when you remove the plastics, you would always have this weird cutout right here where the frame stopped. Now they have continued this frame on the subframe and connected it to the rear fender, which made this section of bike a lot cleaner. So from an aesthetic standpoint, some major upgrades for anybody who is into the Arctic Leopard platform of bikes. So another thing that they changed for 2026, this will also be across all the different bikes, is the screen. You can have a completely different screen than you had previously. It's much bigger, much brighter. It's much better in my opinion from the little time I got to use it. It's just a better option of a screen than what was available previously. You also have a complete new control setup over here with your buttons. So everything that you need to do moves to the left side of your bike. And you still have this M button with the 2 up and down arrows. The problem is the only thing that this is good for is turning on the bike. Something we always say, going fast is just as important as stopping, and Arctic Leopard has put pretty good brakes on this bike. You have a true 4-piston caliper, you are using .4 fluid, and one of the favorite braking systems that I've ever felt stock on an electric dirt bike is from Arctic Leopard. So you get that same style of brake in a smaller form factor for the XF. This bike comes with a 72-volt, 35-amp-hour battery, 14-inch rear, 17-inch front wheel. It also comes equipped with toolless suspension, both KKE front and rear, 58-tooth rear sprocket, and a 428 chain. Another worthy mention of this bike, and it's something that we've been talking about a lot here on the channel, especially with these small size E-Motos, is a proper swing arm and a chain guide. The Arctic Leopard XF, just like its XE Pro S and XE Pro S Enduro big brothers, have everything that you need in that department. It shares a very similar frame size, very similar swing arm, and we all know it has the chain guide, which we've come to love. So moving into the power department, we have a peak power of 12 kilowatts, which puts it right on par with the E-Ride Pro 2.0, a seat height of 33 inches, and it comes in weighing 127 pounds. So you have a much lighter bike, you have a much more powerful bike than the other competitors on the market, like the E-Ride Pro S and the RTR from Electro & Co. Now, what about the price? The next question that everybody naturally wants to know. Well, this bike retails for $3,699, coming in cheaper than all of its competitors in this power segment. So let's wrap this bad boy up and talk about who this bike is for. Well, Arctic Leopard has finally completed their lineup of bikes. You have the XE Pro S Enduro for the larger, more aggressive rider in the family. You got the XE Pro S for the middle rider. Now you have the XF. In my opinion, the XF is great for mom or great for somebody who's learning to ride an E-Moto. If you're a street wheelie kid or you're a dirt rider, this bike can do both things, and it can do both things well. 12 kilowatts of peak power is nothing to laugh at. That is equivalent to the 2.0, and that's way faster than the E-Ride Pro S, the Sur-Ron Light B, or the RTR from Electro & Co. So if you're looking for a good bike that's quality built, that has proven itself in other segments of the market, then the XF probably is the one for you, or at least it's one to consider, especially at its current price point. So if you guys have any questions, please give the shop a call, leave a comment down below. Whatever it is, we'll get back to you, and we'll see you guys on the next one.